Finally, time to play a couple of my favorite games. What the? 55? So you build yourself a brand new gaming PC and you're wondering why is there so much micro stuttering when this is supposed to have the latest and greatest hardware known to man. Or you may have an older PC that has seen some better days. Fine-tuning a few Windows settings can result to a better overall experience when you apply specific changes to certain Windows settings. Now, out of the box, Windows is pretty well optimized, but isn't ideally gamer ready by no stretch. It's important to ensure that all your Windows updates are up to date and you have the latest drivers installed to minimize any crashes or incompatibilities. However, you're probably asking, what should I do? I want more FPS. I want a better experience. Well, hold on, it's important to note a few things. A PC with poor frame rates may be the result of graphics settings that are set too high, which can't perform well due to the outdated hardware that is equipped in your system. An important fact is some games will take a hit in performance-wise if you're not meeting the minimum requirements of that certain title. So at the end of the day, your hero with the red cape may be a shiny new graphics card or a fast CPU. In these kind of scenarios, you may want to consider prioritizing an upgrade to one of your components rather than changing a few options in the Windows settings. Also, if upgrading a specific component is not in your budget right now, scaling down on graphical settings may be the answer you are longing for. Keep in mind that changing settings in Windows doesn't always guarantee a massive jump in FPS. So don't set yourself up for disappointment. Nonetheless, it's still crucial that you configure your Windows settings to what you really actually need or don't need to maximize any potential that is waiting for you. So first item is updating graphics drivers. Now, we always hear drivers, update your drivers, and no, I'm not talking about Uber drivers. When we talk about drivers, we're talking about a set of files that communicate with a piece of hardware on how to function within the operating system. NVIDIA and AMD constantly release new graphics drivers that usually tend to be a big deal, particularly giving you major performance improvements to specific titles. To get the latest graphics drivers for your GPU, you want to check with the manufacturer of your graphics card, whether that be NVIDIA, AMD, or Intel. I'll leave a link down below on those specific sites and a video link to one of my videos on how to upgrade your graphics drivers. Second on the list is Windows services. In general, pre-installed Microsoft programs come equipped with specific services that are on the OS. While third parties do the same, it's important to note that performance issues can arise due to the number of unnecessary applications running in the background. This can hinder your experience when gaming, especially when you're trying to squeeze every FPS possible out of your gaming rig. When you turn on your computer, you have several programs that by default boot with your OS, such as drivers, cloud services, and much more. To save specific resources on your rig, you can determine what you actually need and don't need. Controlling what apps to initiate when you first boot your PC is real simple, and it can be done in the following steps. Click on the start button and head to the settings option. On the left-hand side, you'll see apps, select startup, and from here you can view all applications that have the option to start when booting your system, allowing you to be in control of what you want or don't want to use your system resources on. Now, additionally, you can clean up your Windows services by clicking the start button and typing msconfig in the search box and then selecting system configuration. From there, go into service tab, and at the bottom, you'll see hide all Microsoft services. Navigate through the list of services and uncheck the boxes you see fit for your system. Now, keep in mind though, depending on what applications you have on your system, some services may be required to be running. So Unchecking all of these services can result to more of a bad day than losing some FPS. Now we're gonna move on to Windows' own feature, record what happened. Similar to NVIDIA Shadowplay, Windows now incorporates a game DVR-like feature, allowing the users to have the ability to stream their gameplay into videos and sharing them with the whole wide world. Since this feature runs in the background, it can use necessary power, such as the one that comes from your GPU, which ultimately can be used in places that are most needed, like gaming. Now, if you're interested in this feature, chances are you already have a tool or a software to achieve this, which in reality really makes no sense to have this feature on. This can be found on your system settings by clicking the start button, typing in the search box capture, and from there click capture settings. From there you can easily switch this option to off. Next on the list is maximizing your power plan. Let's admit it, who doesn't want to perform in the highest peak at all times? Switching to the high performance mode in the power options in Windows allows you to enhance your overall experience when gaming. Some users report though that changing their power plan to a high performance mode actually works and can notice a difference, while some users don't really notice any difference. Now, if you're someone that games strictly on a mobile device, such as a laptop, this can be more useful than desktop users, since laptops strive to give their users the most energy efficient experience. Switching to high performance mode can actually increase your gaming performance significantly. Now, sure, every game is different and it really boils down to how the developer designed their game in the first place. Windows automatically sets your power options to balance mode. But if you have the urge to see whether or not your PC has what it takes to be the king of all rigs, then high performance mode may be the right fit for you. To do this, open settings from the start button and in the search field type power plan. Then click choose power plan. In that window, select high performance. Next up, we got Xbox Game Bar. So Xbox Game Bar is pretty much an overlay that allows gamers to do certain tasks such as record gameplay, take screenshots, and have access to certain integrated Xbox apps. Xbox Game Bar can significantly impact your performance in contrast to other variety of overlays, since it has a capability to record gameplay in the background. Other software similar to Xbox Game Bar, such as NVIDIA's own Shadowplay, can take a much bigger toll on your gaming rig due to the number of features like instant replay or the ability to live stream while gaming. To turn it off, click the settings gear icon from the start menu and go on the left, you'll see gaming options, and you'll see Xbox Game Bar from there, allowing you to disable or enable it depending on your needs. Now, gains in the performance is really dependent on a system to system basis, but hey, it's worth a shot. Turning on Windows Game Mode. Windows Game Mode doesn't really affect your performance that much, especially if you have a PC running on a fast CPU and you have a top tier GPU. For quite some time now, Windows Game Mode has placed a question mark on gamers due to its impact on gaming performance and experience. When Game Mode was first introduced, it was a tool to pretty much have your game's performance the top priority for your CPU. But the problem with Game Mode is it's not guaranteed to improve gaming performance, but Game Mode prohibits Windows from making any update attempts on Windows softwares and hardware drivers. Microsoft states Windows prioritizes your gaming experience by turning things off in the background when you're running a game. Even though Microsoft really doesn't specify which titles it's compatible with, when I had Game Mode on or off, I couldn't really see any effects on my gaming performance. There would be times I would see a few FPS differences, but within a margin of error. You can turn it on by right-clicking the Windows Start button icon and clicking Settings. Choose Gaming and then pick Game Mode. From there, you'll see the option for Game Mode, switching the toggle to On, and voila! Your mode is strictly for gaming. And there you guys have it. Those are going to be pretty much some things you guys can start implementing onto your systems to see if you guys can squeeze any extra performance. Again, it really depends on system to system, so you might see different results coming from a different machine compared to yours. But at the end of the day, it's worth a shot. If you guys could gain some FPS from it, then you guys scored. Always guys, I appreciate your support. Make sure to toss a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe for more content coming your way. And also let me know down below in the comment box what you guys thought of this video. And if you guys have any tips of your own on how to increase performance on your gaming rig, we would love to know. As always guys, I appreciate support and I will catch you on the next one.